Hi everyone, happy Venus Day and happy full moon. I wanted to do a collective reading for the full moon in Libra that's happening today. And Venus also goes direct, so it's connected to this full moon because Libra is ruled by Venus. And for the past few weeks, we've had two retrogrades. We have had Mercury going retrograde and Venus going retrograde for much longer, and Mercury has just went direct and Venus goes direct today. So with that, coupled with the full moon, it's going to bring some sort of clarity now and some illumination. So I wanted to channel that energy through having a collective card reading, and we're gonna do two piles. So I'm gonna let you choose between two crystals to pick your piles. So for pile one, we have this crystal, which is a clear quartz crystal. And this crystal is actually really great for clarity. It, helps you have a clear mind. And so let me let you look at it again. So if you feel drawn to this crystal, then you are pile one. And for pile two, we have pyrite crystal, which is very sparkly. It's very beautiful, glistens in the sun. This is a crystal that is all about attracting abundance. It's also a very protective stone. It helps you to attract what is in alignment, but also what is of the best quality, because it's literally like, it feels like gold, like, it's very precious, and it reminds you of your own worth as well. So this is for pile two. One more time, let you look. Okay, so if you chose pile one, which is the clear quartz crystal, let's gain some clarity today with this reading. I have a few decks with me today, so we're gonna get a plethora of messages for you. So I've already shuffled them already. Basically, when you are pulling cards, it's really great to reset the deck. So you shuffle them. I like to knock as well. Okay. Let's do one more. What's underneath the deck? Patience. Okay. So the first card is Hedgehog, and it says trust. This is from my spirit animal card deck, by the way. So for this card, it says, this is a reminder that even if you feel that others do not understand you or get what you are doing, it is no excuse to curl up and hide. Sure, you may need a little bit of space right now, but the world needs your gifts. You are more than worthy. Okay. Then we have the Owl card. The Owl card is all about observation. So this says, you are being encouraged to look beyond deceiving appearances into the true reality of a situation or a person's motives. You need to hear what is really being said despite the words and emotions coming from the messenger. This is very interesting. I say that because, even though Venus is going direct today, that also means that it begins its shadow period. So it has a post-retrograde shadow period, and I find the shadow period to be way more potent than the actual retrograde period. And a lot of the times during the shadow, there's a lot of things that are like under the surface, that are like hidden, and they begin to like show themselves. And basically, like this card, like everything isn't what it seems. So it's asking you to look beyond the deceiving appearances and into the true reality of a situation. And this full moon in Libra, full moons, they bring illumination because it has full light at this point. So when it's a full moon, it illuminates things that were previously hidden. So this is very much aligned. So perhaps there's some sort of situation that has been brewing, and now is when the full moon is gonna allow those hidden things to really come into the light. And it's also a way for you to connect with your own intuition, because the moon is all about your intuitive mind and following that. And so, looking beyond the veil, or like seeing beyond the veil. So this full moon is gonna like assist with you being able to see through the bullshit, basically. And then I do find it interesting as well that it says you need to hear what is really being said despite the words and emotions coming from the messenger. And Mercury just went direct a few days ago, so it's currently already in its shadow period, and Mercury is all about communication. And during retrograde periods, it does bring like miscommunication, misunderstandings, but it's very much about like what's being said. So that ties with this message as well, about like, just because somebody is speaking certain words, that's not really what's the true essence of what they're saying. So it could also be like, look at their actions as well, not just like what they're saying. Okay, for the final card for this deck, it's the Tiger, and this card says patience. So the key words for these cards is trust, observation, and patience. So this card says you are being reminded that persistence is what is necessary to attain your goals. You need to be patient and trust that the universe will help you through your challenges in divine timing. Success is guaranteed. Wow, okay. So the word trust came up again. And the first card also spoke about like feeling like others don't understand you, and just because they don't, or they don't get you, it doesn't mean you need to like hide. You still need to be who you are meant to be and shine your light, and just share your gifts, because the world needs it. And the Tiger card talks about like being patient, because success is already guaranteed. It's like, just because you can't see what's happening, all the work that you've been putting in, that doesn't mean that things aren't happening. And if you just like already know that success is already guaranteed for you, because the universe is supporting you always. When you are in alignment and when you are like using your gifts, the universe is always going to support that for you. And it may not look how you expect it to, like especially in your sense of time frame, because time is such an illusion as well. And like we're so tied and attached to old ways of thinking that when you're actually like in your true expression, which goes against the grain, you can't really expect timing to suit or be the same for this type of embodiment. And you just sort of have to like let go of that sort of constraint that you've put on your gifts, your the outcomes of things. And yeah, persistence is what is necessary to attain your goals. So, you know, it's really just saying like, keep going. But then stay observant amongst all of this, because there's probably things that are like, yeah, not what they seem. So maybe something's happened where like it's sort of like given this impression that like things aren't working out, or like this is not this, it may be showing you something that actually isn't true, that could put you in that feeling of like wanting to curl up and hide. But the universe is saying like, basically be patient, like you don't know everything yet, and things are going to be revealed. So I love that for you. Let me see what the crystal card deck has to say, what message. Okay, we got one. Oh, sunstone. So the sunstone, it says take pleasure in the things you do. I actually have a sunstone here. This one is tiny though, but I love it. Like, you can't see it on the camera, but with this stone, it has like very subtle glimmers of like shimmeriness and like glitter. So when the light hits it, like you see it. And it's a stone that's like, it helps you to see the bright side of life, and it helps to raise your vibration, and like, yeah, just to like bring joy back into your life. And this card speaks about taking pleasure in the things that you do, so you know, you can really enjoy those things. Perhaps maybe you've just kind of been a bit too serious lately, and you just kind of need to get back into, yeah, just taking pleasure in what you do, like the mundane things especially. You know, you might not be able to every day do fun things, but it doesn't mean that you can't bring that energy to the mundane world, and like just actually like enjoy what it is you're doing. Like, even if you are like pouring yourself a drink, making yourself something to eat, like you are in control of your space and your surroundings and the type of energy that you create in your space. And if you're miserable doing things, especially when you're like eating and consuming things, you are then like taking in that energy. And so yeah, it's about being really intentional about the little things, and like just inviting more joy, and just like, yeah, taking more pleasure in the things that you do every day. That is gonna be the difference that will like brighten your day and like attract more of those things to you. Okay, and then let's see what tarot has to say. Ooh, justice. You know, this card, justice, it's associated with the sign Libra. Which is funny. You see, she's got like the scales there. Okay, justice. And this is a major arcana card. So in tarot, you have the major arcana cards, and then you have the minor. When you get a major arcana card, it speaks to a long-term situation. So think more like a long time, basically, instead of like, it's not just talking about right now or just like this week. So this energy is going to be like happening for maybe a few months, a few weeks. So justice. Ooh, Two of Cups. Two of Cups. The cups, the Two of Cups is a minor arcana card, and the Cups is associated with our emotions. Okay. And you know, this is all about relationships with this full moon. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Okay. Six of Pentacles. Give and take. Okay, under the deck is Seven of Swords. Interesting, because this is aligning with the first cards that I pulled. Okay. I'm just having a little look here. Okay, so for you, there's going to be some sort of things are going to be made right when it, like, because of the Justice card, things are going to be made right when it comes to some sort of like exchange, some sort of conversation that you're going to be having, where you and another person are, see how they both have a cup. Okay, so they're coming together to share what's on their heart. And it seems like with this cup, with this card especially, it's a harmonious sort of exchange. You both are coming from two different points of view, or like standpoints, because this person is in the water and this person is on the ground. So it indicates that like this person has a more earthly approach and this person has a more emotional water approach, but they do come with their cup, so it's balanced. And the Justice card also like suggests that it's going to be like a balanced sort of exchange, healthy exchange. The Six of Pentacles as well, like it talks about, this is to do with material things. So you may be receiving, you may be the one receiving, or you may be the one giving. I'm not sure who you are in this scenario, but like I think coming into it is like, you'll know, like if you are this person that's like giving, you're giving from like a place of like abundance, you're giving from a place of like wholeness and wanting to give. And the other person is open to receiving. So that's, I feel like that's where the balance is, the balance of like giving and receiving. And maybe it's both of you, where like, you know, you are like sharing and they are open to listening and open to receiving, and vice versa. They are able to give and then you are also able to receive. But underneath the deck, however, is the Seven of Swords. So on the surface, this may seem like, you know, they're saying everything you want them, you're hearing everything you want to hear, or they're saying everything that you want to hear, and on the surface everything seems harmonious, but there is something that is not clear, or like, so like with the Seven of Swords, the swords is all about intellect and like logic. So this person, they have left 2 swords. So they've given you something, right? They've given you something, but they're holding 5 other swords. So they're not telling you everything. They're not telling you the whole truth. Swords also represent truth. So they are giving you something. They're giving you some form of truth, some level of truth, but you don't have all the information. So you need to be careful then of how much you give, because this person isn't giving everything. Or it might not be a person, it could be a situation. It could be, you know, maybe you are like you've applied for something and you're in negotiations or something for a new job or some sort of project or whatever it is, and in the negotiation you are like very much like willing and giving and like sharing of your gifts, literally sharing of your gifts. And you know, you should share your gifts, but on the underlining energy, so under the deck represents like what's the underlining energy, there is something that you don't know. So there's some truth that has been withheld, basically. So that's just like a little warning there, that don't trust everything that that's being said, and it might not necessarily be like a malicious thing, any malicious intent, but it just depends on your situation, because you know, this is a general reading. But so you just have to have discernment basically as to, you know, how this resonates for you. But regardless, you know, things are gonna be balanced, and as in like if things aren't balanced, there's going to be a rebalancing of things, especially now that Venus has gone direct. So, you know, maybe in the past there was this imbalance here where like this other person or whatever, this other situation had an upper hand, but things are going to be balanced out, whereby you can have better judgment. Because like the Justice card also talks about like being the judge of your own actions as well as like others. But before you can judge others, you have to be able to judge yourself, and you know, be able to judge like whether what you are receiving is the truth. And yeah, so very interesting. I think the full moon will definitely bring some clarity on that. Okay, and now I'm gonna pull from my Ganesha deck. Oh, okay. Wow, harmony. 2-2. Harmony. Wow, interesting. I did say there'll be some harmonious exchange. And what's under the deck? Splendor. I think this card actually speaks to this card, which was about like taking pleasure in the things that you do. Yeah, splendor. See how Ganesha is sort of like just like taking a moment to like appreciate the surroundings. Like this is what this card really speaks about, like appreciating your surroundings and like taking a moment to be in the present, to like see the beauty around you, you know, to smell the roses basically. That's that energy with splendor. For harmony, this is the sacral chakra card. So I'm gonna read from this card deck because it has like a really good meaning in the book. Okay. Okay, so harmony. You deserve to feel good about your existence. The card is symbolic of your personal beliefs and what will bring you happiness in your life. Ganesha is asking you to remember to radiate warmth and energy. Take some time to reflect on your personal values and attitudes. What do you believe will bring you the outcomes you are longing for in order to have a complete and happy life? The color orange can refer to a period of socializing, activity, and new adventures. Orange is the color of the sacral chakra and is associated with the sexual organs and reproductive systems. It can symbolize happiness and love. We store our feelings, emotions, pleasure, sensuality, intimacy, and connection in this domain. And the Two of Cups was like, that's that energy, the cups. It has all that, everything that I've said, it's got that there. How deserving do you feel? When you feel that you deserve good, you treat yourself well and require that others treat you well also. When the sacral chakra is clear and the energy is in balance, you are friendly, compassionate, and empathetic with a concern for others. You will experience a very strong sense of belonging. Feel good about your life, enjoy time with friends, and do what is necessary to bring yourself in alignment with what you want from the relationships in your life. Okay, yeah, that really just kind of brings it all together. So this is really talking about like taking the time to decide, Libra, decide what it is that you want, what you desire, but also what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, and like just basically deciding and choosing that you are deserving of that, and like taking steps towards giving yourself those things and aligning yourself with relationships that bring that harmonious energy. Because if you are around people that like get you out of balance or like don't make you feel worthy, you know what I mean, then that's just going against yourself. And it starts with you first anyways. You know, you can't necessarily rely on other people, but if you have already decided, okay, I deserve this, I want this makes me feel good, but then you are still like spending your time with people that go against that, then it's just taking you out of alignment. So yeah, I'm gonna pull from one last deck, okay? One last deck. And this is the Earth Warriors deck. Okay, let's see. What blessing is coming for this full moon? What blessing is coming for this full moon in Libra for pile 1? Okay, wait. I'm gonna pick this one. Ooh, oh my god. Wow, okay, this is, firstly, the artwork, spectacular, beautiful. I don't know if you can see this right here. It says hearing truth. It's literally what I've been saying for this reading, hearing truth. This Earth Warrior is called Dadiri. Very beautiful. I love the dove. A butterfly there. She looks just so at peace there, you know, like, oh, and I feel like these are like waves or maybe a mountain, you know, like this makes me think of like being in a state of peace, being in a state of acceptance, to be able to receive the truth. That is what that Two of Cups also, I feel like, is bringing. Like when you are in a place where you are accepting of the truth, then no matter what that person is saying, you'll be able to know the truth. You'll be able to read between the lines. You'll be able to feel and intuitively know. Okay, so I'm gonna read from this card deck. Okay, 1 second. Here in truth, there is a deeper truth that shall bring peace to your heart, offering you guidance, comfort, and renewal. You are guided to turn within for your answers. Do not allow another to interrupt, influence, or distort your personal trusting relationship with the divine. Allow Spirit to be your highest counsel always, and you shall never be led astray. Yes. You shall know the words to speak and the consciousness to hold, to evoke healing and set things right. That's the Jupiter energy. I mean, what am I saying? Sorry, that's the Justice energy. That's the Justice card of like setting things right. Where am I? Listen, for deep within, truth is known. Focus on what you know to be true by tuning into what you feel. Yes. And not focusing on appearances. Oh my God. Or the opinions of others. The voice of Spirit is deep within you. Anytime you want or need guidance, you have the ability to tune in to that inner voice for peace, comfort, and clarity. It takes courage to turn within. It does. Rather than to put your faith in the people and the things of this world. But you have enough inner strength and wisdom to do this. The truth within has spoken. Trust that you can hear it. Again, that word trust. So now that I've pulled all the cards, like it's all come together, like everything's sort of like aligned and makes sense. Like I feel like at each stage it just sort of like added another layer and another layer and another layer. I feel like this is like such a great blessing that you've received, and just like confirmation that really and truly everything that you need is like within, and you need to trust yourself, like trust to know what is true. So I love that for you. Okay, thank you, part 1. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, I really hope that this full moon just strengthens your trust within yourself and trust within your highest self, especially, because that is what's going to guide you through whatever path that you're going on. And don't let anyone try to dissuade you from your own truth, basically. But yeah, I loved pulling these cards for you, and I will see you soon. Bye. Okay, so if you chose pile 2 and you chose pyrite crystal, this reading is for you. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my spirit animal deck. So let's see what spirit animal is coming out for you, or animals, for pile 2 for this full moon in Libra. What are them? Oh, okay. So we got the dog, loyalty, and then we've got cougar, leadership, and underneath the deck we've got jaguar, growth. Okay, so the 3 key words for you: loyalty, leadership, and growth. So for the first card, dog. You may be feeling like those around you let you down or are not doing their fair share of work. This comes as a reminder that loyalty exists and you must not settle for anything less. You deserve better than mixed signals. Yes, you deserve better. Okay, cougar, leadership. You have come into your own power. Now is the time to take the lead of a situation and be strong. Using the power of intentions, be clear with your purpose and define where you are heading. Okay, so you got to set the tone, basically, and be very intentional. Okay. Jaguar, growth. Maturity is the ability to embrace change, and change cannot happen without death. This death does not necessarily mean physical death, but could be the ending of a relationship, a situation, or simply your decision to not continue with same old habits. Okay, interesting. All right, let me just get some more information. I'm gonna pull from my crystal deck. Definitely some sort of change is on the horizon. Okay, we've got red jasper crystal, and the message is take action. Take action. Okay. Oh, okay, those flew out, so I'm gonna do that again. Okay, so we got two. We've got aventurine. I actually have this crystal. Aventurine. Create your own luck. Create your own luck. Create your own luck. So take action, create your own luck. And then we've got celestite. Soothe your soul. This card like speaks to soothing your soul from like knowing that the universe is like supporting you, basically, that your angels, your spirit guides, they got you, you know, so you don't need to like stress, you don't need to like kind of like let go of the heaviness that you have been like holding on to. But there's some sort of action that you need to take, and I think that definitely aligns with the leadership card. Taking lead of a situation and to be strong. Okay, so maybe as well, like because of the loyalty card, you maybe you were feeling down about something, like maybe feeling that you weren't supported in some way, feeling that like others were putting in more, you were putting in more effort than others, and like maybe that's been getting you down. But it's reminding you that loyalty does exist and you don't need to settle for anything less. So like if there are people around you that are not loyal, or you feel like they are not like putting in the work and it doesn't feel balanced, then you literally have a choice and you can take the action to move accordingly. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't have to stay in that situation where you feel like you're not being supported, and literally taking lead, becoming the leader in your own life. So like taking lead of the things that you really are passionate about and really setting intention with it. So like, you know, maybe you've just sort of been like in a state of like feeling sorry for yourself maybe, but you don't actually have to stay in that energy. You know, you can decide. Libra, full moon in Libra is like decisions as well. So like finally coming to a decision on something. Only you really know what that is, you know, and how much that resonates. And it is also a general reading, so I don't know the exact situation, but whatever it is that you need to take action on, it's like you are the driver. Do you know what I mean? You decide where to go. And the growth card as well is about like evolving, you know, like shifting out of like old habits, shifting out of like old ways of doing things, shifting out of like old situations that just don't serve you. And like the only way that you can do that is to really lead the way, you know, like you have to be the one you can't rely on other people to be that for you. And maybe in the past or currently you've like relied on the wrong people, but now it's like, and it's not necessarily about like, oh, I just got to do this on my own, like I can only rely on me, because no, there are definitely people that you will meet that will align with your values and like, you know, will be a real friend to you. You know, it does, those type of people do exist that like reflect the best parts of you. So this is not to be like, oh yeah, like, oh fuck everyone, I'm just gonna do it on my own, because that's also not a way to live either. But I think this is just more getting you to take, you know, you have full agency over your life, and there may be something that you've sort of like been avoiding or like been slow to take action on, and this is just confirmation that like now is the time to take action. And also you can create your own luck. So like, as long as you set the intention with what it is that you are doing, you know, naturally you're going to attract those things. You know, like you have to first embody what it is that you want. You have to embody that, and like, yeah, just like go for it basically. So I'm gonna pull from my tarot deck now and see what messages we've got that can give a bit more insight for this full moon in Libra. What is going to be illuminated for pile 2? Okay, hold on. I'll show you in a minute. Just wanna... Oh, okay, let's see. It's quite a lot of cards. Am I gonna take this? Let me just... I feel like too many cards pulled out, so... If they were meant to come out again, they will also... Okay. Queen of Cups. Okay, so first card, 5 of Pentacles. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. Is there anything else? A Wheel of Fortune. Okay, major arcana card here. Anything else? Anything else? Things are looking up for you, okay? Things are gonna get better. Oh shit, that flew. That really flew. Okay, so I didn't want to take out too many cards because I'll be here all day. But let's see. So we got the 5 of Pentacles, right? Then we got the Queen of Cups. Okay. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So I think this is like, maybe this is like the energy that like just is not aligned with you, in the sense of like what you're trying to get out of this sort of energy. So in the 5 of Pentacles, it speaks of like being out in the cold and like feeling insecure about like material things, or like being in a state of lack and feeling like, yeah, you've just been left out in the cold and like you don't have any support. But actually there is, so this represents like a sanctuary, this building, and they're outside of it. So there is actually a place to go for support, but they're not really paying attention, or they're not like, they don't feel worthy, you know, it's like not feeling worthy, and so kind of suffering out in the cold. And like maybe you've been in this energy, or you know, you felt like that before, but now it's like coming out of that in like really understanding and knowing your worth and pouring into yourself, because the Queen of Cups, first of all, she's a queen, okay? This is her throne. She has a crown and she has her cup, and the cups are all about your emotional nature, your internal nature, you know, feelings, and you know, like, she acknowledges and holds space for her emotions before she, like, you know, she actually like processes them and just holds space for herself to feel, you know. So like, I think, and it's also like a way for her to heal too. So this is like calling you to really take the time to like pour into yourself, give yourself what you need, you know, like really honor your emotions, honor your internal self, you know, who you are within when no one's around, you know. And also, if you do live by water, this is a great like indication that you need to like spend time with water, spend time like with nature, and to be more in flow, okay? Like, this card is very different. It's like cold, like this is in like a very warm climate, and there's actually water and flow, whereas like the snow is hard, and they just, it's like they're uptight because they're like cold and like they can't really you know, just be, kind of thing. So like, it's getting out of this energy of being uptight and being cold and getting into the warmness of your like divine self, and like, yeah, just coming home to yourself, basically coming home to who you are, and like just like holding space for yourself, loving on yourself, honoring your emotions. The Empress card also came out, which is a major arcana card, and it's like the overarching card for all the queens. So the Empress is also associated with Venus, you know. So I think this full moon in Libra for you, pile 2, is really about remembering your worth and also putting the focus on you. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is all about you, not necessarily anyone else. So, and the Empress, she's just so like in tune with herself, with her feminine energy. And when I say feminine energy, I mean the ability to receive, the ability to surrender, and to attract. I think I mentioned that earlier, I think, about attracting, of embodying the energy that you want to attract. So all she does is embody. She's the embodiment of love, of abundance. And because you got the Wheel of Fortune card, this is a major arcana card as well. I don't know if I mentioned this in this pile, but basically the major arcana cards, they represent a long period of time, whereas the minor arcana cards, like these two, they're more about like short-term situations. So the fact that you got Wheel of Fortune and the Empress as your major arcana cards is like very positive, because these are both very positive cards. This is just indicating that, like, you know, maybe you were down in the dumps, like here, and things are like turning around for you. Like, everything is like moving around and working in your favor, basically. The wheel is shifting, so you're gonna be on top, basically. And You're going to be on top when you choose yourself. When you choose yourself and you decide to, like I said in the beginning, become the driver of your life. Like you are the driving force. You got to take action and be intentional and move towards the things that are more aligned with you and what brings you pleasure, what allows you to just be and to receive and attract, and also just hold space for your emotions. You need that time. You need that time of self. It's getting a little chilly. Okay. I can't concentrate when I feel cold. See? This card here. I don't like being cold. So better. Okay. Now I'm gonna pull from my Ganesha card deck, which I love. Let's see what Ganesha, what messages Ganesha has for you. Pile 2. Acceptance. Did I say it? I feel like I said this. Did I use the word acceptance? I can't remember if I said this in pile 1 or pile 2. But anyways, first card for you is acceptance. And then under, revelation. Wow, okay. That very much aligns with full moon energy of like there being a revelation, being an illumination, enlightenment, Let's see what the book has to say about 39. Okay. All right. Acceptance. There is a great freedom in accepting things as they are. You cannot move forward on your path until you release, some of the blame, anger, and sorrow that you have collected on your life's journey. Ganesha is asking you to forgive those from the past who have hurt you and to be willing to forgive yourself too. That speaks to the loyalty cards. Yes. Open your heart to the world outside and to the one within. This deeper state of recognition and acceptance is what pushes you forward in your spiritual adventure. Love without judgment and live without predetermined opinions. Accept and express your true self. The ego is beginning to align with the soul. What a relief. You don't have to control everything, fix everything, and know everything. I literally was saying that. You don't have to do everything on your own. If you have been overly serious and tense, wow. I'm just saying wow because it just all aligns. I literally was saying this. If you have been overly serious and tense, you now start to remember happiness. You may find that you can laugh at things instead of getting infuriated. Your contentment in life improves dramatically when you harness your ability to look at the world from a more spiritual perspective. Yes, I agree with that. The image of Ganesha holding the banana symbolizes humility and an awareness of not placing too much importance on your thoughts or beliefs in the situation. Yeah, so if she had her sword, so if this was the Queen of Swords, then it would be more about relying more on your logic and your intellect and your mind. But she's not. She's tuning into her inner self, her emotions. So that actually aligns. His pot belly signifies the bounty of nature. It is said that Ganesha consumes the sadness of the universe and protects the world. Learn to honor the values of others that may differ from your own. See the beauty of diversity. Once you see this beauty, it will open you to recognizing and accepting the beauty that resides within you. Okay, that's a great message. Acceptance. That's a word. Okay, so my final pull is going to be from my Earth Warriors deck. So what blessing is coming for you for the full moon in Libra? What blessing is pile 2 getting for this full moon in Libra? I'm excited for you guys. Let's see. Patience. Patience. It's coming. Okay. I guess nothing wants to necessarily pop out. Oh, here we go. Oh, you got 2 blessings. Amazing. I love that for you. All right. So the first one. Look how beautiful this is. I love the colors. Okay, so this is Tawodi. The Earth Warrior is Tawodi, and it says kin of the red-tailed hawk. Okay, we're gonna read about that because I'm not sure what that is. And then we have Ponopono, immeasurable power of the heart way. Wow, beautiful. Yeah, this one is all about like following your heart, letting your heart guide the way. Very much Queen of Cups energy, very much Empress energy, and you can see there's like the moon, and this is like the heart is a portal. I just realized there's like this mountain in the back as well. This is like being connected to all that's within, and you know, everything in the universe, nature, having that full connection to spirit through your heart. When you are like connected and led by your heart, you realize that you are connected to everything, and it helps you to experience things that you would have never experienced before because you're so open. Okay, so 39 to Wodi. Let's see. Wow, sorry guys, my phone died and I was literally about to read the cards. Okay, so I'm gonna read this Tawodi, kin of the red-tailed hawk. Okay. On the sacred wings of red-tailed hawk, a divine message comes. Your spiritual maturity has evolved into genuine power and discernment. You have earned your stripes. Acknowledgement is granted. Trust yourself and your destiny. You are ready for your next steps. Trust in your sense of timing, which is excellent and inspired. Allow spirit to support you as you hover until the moment comes for you to fearlessly plunge into your forthcoming adventure. A divine message is here for you now, so be open to the signs from the universe. You are more spiritually mature than you may realize. You have an ability to share wisdom and honesty with your people. If you are still searching for your soul tribe, trust yourself. Again, with that word trust. You will recognize them instinctively when you meet them, even if on the outside they seem different to you. You are seeing things clearly, so trust your vision and have patience. Speak your truth, but do so with compassion, because your words have greater influence than you may realize. When the moment is right, take action. Oh my God, that came up with the crystal deck. Take action. A way will be shown for you to manifest your spiritual light in this world in practical ways. Wow. Okay, so that definitely aligned with everything else that came up in your reading. Especially when I was talking about earlier about like, you know, with the first card, where it was talking about like feeling like, you know, the people around you maybe like they haven't been loyal to you, or just feeling like they just haven't really been showing up basically. And this message basically saying that, you know, if you're still searching for your soul tribe, trust yourself and that you'll recognize them instinctively. Because yeah, like the more that you embody, you know, who you are deeply within, you are going to attract people that are like just like you in that way, you know, that are like just have that similar light within them. And yeah, have patience. And it's funny because literally I think it was taking a while when I was shuffling this deck, and I literally said like, have patience, and then 2 blessings came out from the deck. So it's like whatever is coming is actually going to be double what you even expect, and even better than you were hoping for, more aligned with you. And really, this is all about trusting yourself. Like, this full moon is all about you trusting yourself, and you'll be able to manifest your spiritual light in this world in practical ways. So again, the thing about taking action. So yeah, there's something that you need to definitely take action on. But yeah, so I'm gonna read the other card. One sec. Okay, so this is Pono Pono. It says, immeasurable power of the heart way. The heart has the power to heal in a way that the mind cannot understand. Do not allow your mind to distract or frighten you. You are a beautiful child of the universe, and divine love lives within your heart. A willing heart is all you need to transform any situation that is troubling you. Recognizing this power does not evoke feelings of pressure or anxiety, but of peace and joy. Lightness of heart and relief of mind are here for you now. Yeah, this really speaks to the Queen of Cups card about, like, you know, recognizing and acknowledging your emotions and like the power of that. And it says recognizing this power does not evoke feelings of pressure or anxiety, but of peace and joy. So like, if you've been like hesitant to really give into your feelings, you know, it's trust that those feelings, you know, they are in tune with like the energy of peace and joy. Like, once you really choose your heart, like if anything is making you feel anxious or like pressure, then that's not really your true heart vibration. The divine within your heart has the power to transform a situation that is troubling you. Do not be intimidated or think it is too much for you or spirit to handle. Do not allow yourself to intellectualize or analyze a situation to the point of feeling confused or paralyzed. Any and all issues that have plagued you or a loved one can and will be healed through the heart. Let your heart feel the faith it needs to feel so that it can rest in joy. Divine healing wants to flow abundantly for you. Open up to receive it without hesitation or condition. Yes, I love this for you. This is an amazing message. Both messages really align with the whole reading. And I'm happy that I was able to finish the reading for you, because I was like, oh my god. Literally when I was about to read it, when I was still in the park, I was like, oh my god. But that is like Mercury shadow period stuff happening, where technology just wants to do its own thing. But you know, I'm just like not letting it stress me out. And yeah, you were able to hear the message. So you know, if this resonates with you, please let me know in the comments. And you know, if like any of this like comes into fruition and you want to like come back like after the full moon has passed, like to share your testimony, please feel free to do so as well. But it was lovely doing this reading for everyone for this full moon in Libra. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonates, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.